The Washington Commanders at 12-5, Tampa Bay 10-7, both led by Heisman winner quarterbacks. The Bucs were the victors in August, but the Commanders are looking to end Tampa's season tonight in Florida. All right, this move right here by the three-car of Austin Dillon was hoping to land him a spot in the playoffs. A dump and run, taking out Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin in Richmond on Sunday. The Hokies lost to Baylor in the round of 32, but head coach Kenny Brooks said that Kim Mulkey, who was the coach at the time, came up to him and said, "You have a future. These girls are just babies." Well, those babies, Georgia Amor, Kayla King, they are now seniors and ready to take on Baylor tonight in the round of 32. Now, we're going to slow it down. You can see him here with his hands on the ball. Number 9, number 12 right in front of him, and his foot is going to land in bounds. Okay, so the ruling on the field is a touchdown. The play goes under review. It's a little crazy to think that the sadness that was happening in this gym just a little under 2 weeks ago was turned to joy this morning.
I think he's out of gas. I think he gets to an official race, too. White flag, no caution. Austin's
out of gas during a NASCAR race, holding the lead with 1 lap to go. That's right, it happened today, and let me show you how. Appy, Marshall is going to try to make the Hokies' heads spin. Virginia Tech will have to play extensive defense and shoot at a high clip to get the win tomorrow at 3:30. I talked to Taylor Soule yesterday in the locker room. She took the brunt of the beating against Tennessee on Saturday. She's dealing with a little cramping, but she says she feels good. However, these women like the routine of the game flowing during the season. So having a week off and then playing and then a day off and then playing, it kind of disrupts that. But the Hokies got the win on Saturday. They got the fire under their feet, and they're ready to play tonight. The Hokies will have to come out hot to get the win tonight. Ohio State lays on the full court press the entire game. Virginia Tech has fared pretty well against some of the best defenses in the nation, so hopefully they will be okay. Coming up in sports, I will preview this game, break down Virginia Tech, Ohio State, and the matchup that's coming later tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Live in Seattle, I'm Brooke Leonard, 10 Sports.
We haven't talked about it all. That's not something that's in our focus. Like I said, we'll let everybody outside the building determine that and how excited and happy they are. But, we got to do whatever we can to go win a football game.
Tunnel vision for the Commanders as they try to make this unprecedented year last a little bit longer. The Washington Commanders at 12-5, Tampa Bay 10-7, both led by Heisman winner quarterbacks. The Bucs were the victors in August, but the Commanders are looking to end Tampa's season tonight in Florida. And here these two QBs go, the experienced Baker Mayfield and the rookie Jaden Daniels. Bucs opening up the first half with a short drive that ends in this 50-yard field goal by Chase McLaughlin to get Tampa on the board 3-0. But the Commanders have an answer on a 17-play, 9-minute long drive. Jaden Daniels finds De'Ami Brown on the 10-yard touchdown, and Washington takes the lead 7-3. Late second quarter, 10-3 Commanders. Baker Mayfield to Mike Evans for the touchdown before half, and we're all tied up with only 30 minutes left to go. Third quarter, 13-10 Washington after another field goal, but here goes Mayfield again in the red zone. This time, Bucky Irving to the bottom of your screen, and Tampa Bay takes a 4-point lead. Washington keeps fighting, going for it on 4th and 2 here. Daniels to scary Terry McLaurin. It's 20-17 with about 9 minutes to go. The Bucs will tie it up with a 32-yard field goal. Now it's up to the Commanders. 3rd and long. Daniels to Brown again. 21 yards, trying to get close to field goal range. Then, out of the 2-minute warning, Daniels to Austin Eckler. 18-yard gain. Poised under pressure. They're going to wind the clock all the way down to 3 seconds. And here comes kicker Zane Gonzalez on a 37-yard attempt. Commanders can walk it off right here. Gonzalez. It's a doink, but it's good. A divisional doink. The Washington Commanders are heading to the NFC Divisionals round 23-20 over Tampa Bay. Their first playoff win since 2005. Here's wide receiver Terry McLaurin.
It wasn't going to be given to us at all. That's a great team that's over there. But for us to execute when we got to have it the most, that's what we've been preaching. That's what we've been preparing for all season. So it's going to show up. Showed up this week, and no doubt that there'll be winning time moments next week as well.
And they will face the Lions next week in that game. The Virginia Tech women are coming off of back-to-back ACC road wins, first at Miami, then upsetting number 13 Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Momentum is strong as they host Wake Forest in Castle Coliseum today. Hokies back in action, and check out this crowd. Loud, rowdy for a Sunday afternoon tip. Castle was rocking and played a big part. First quarter, dish outside to Lonnie White. She knocks down the three. Swoosh. Then Carly Winsel. She wants to get on the fun. Push out to her. Hokies take a 12-4 lead quick, but Wake Forest will go on a run. Storming within three. Reagan Conley cutting that gap, and we are all tied up. Second quarter, 17-14. Hokies early. Conley again. It's a one-point game, but Rose Mishaw went to work under the basket today. Here's two from her. Absolute monster. Another putback just moments later, and Mishaw was 9 for 9 in the paint, leading scoring with 20 points. It was a close one, but in the Hokies' favor this afternoon, they beat Wake Forest 61-54. UVA hosting number 14 Duke. Check out Kimora Johnson early deep three to take a 16-11 lead. Then Cavs up by 8. Vanessa De Jesus from the corner trying to cut into this UVA lead. Yep. That's going to do it. Fourth quarter, it's back and forth now. Olivia McGee adding 3 more for the Cavaliers. Then 90 seconds to go. Duke up by 4. Paris Clark going coast to coast to make it a one-possession game. But in the final seconds, Blue Devils' Tana Mayer knocks down the final basket of the game. UVA falls at home 60-55.
Wow.
Hey, you guys look amazed.
Thanks so much for joining us. 10 News continues tomorrow morning.
As a statistician for 53 years, Carol Buckley says she knows just about everything going on around her. But it was this moment she was finally caught totally off guard.
Please turn your attention to the field as we recognize outstanding Hokie Carolyn Shockley.
Her coworker Damian Salas said it wouldn't be easy peeling Carolyn away from the press box at the final home game of the season. But with her 2 sons, one of them being former Hokie Greg Shockley, in on the plan, they were able to make it work.
And I get a call from Damian saying that we're going to honor the 1999 team. Could Greg step in for the guy that was supposed to be there because the guy was stuck in traffic? I said, yeah. So I gave Greg's number to Damian. And Damian says, well, how about if you go down to the field with him? And then the announcement starts that they're honoring me. And I'm going to cry all over again.
It was worth the small lie to honor someone as legendary as she.
Carolyn is now the longest tenured Division I female statistician in the country and the first to work in the Virginia Tech press box.
It was just overwhelming. 1, the whole family was there. 2, I was surprised, to say the least. And the UVA game, they just hit me.
Carolyn's story began in high school in Hillsville, where she kept stats for the football team.
It starts with the lack of Title IX. All right, when I was in high school, there were no girls' sports, and I loved sports. I loved the stats. All right, so since I couldn't play, I kept the scorebook.
Up 77, then east on 81. To Virginia Tech she went, where Carolyn continued to break barriers.
I was in the press box for the first football game, and the sports information director, Wendy Weinson, at the time, just brushed it off. Well, okay, give her the sheet. And I was keeping drive charts. Long story short, ended the season, did very well. All right, moved up to the rushing stats. And in the football season, Wendy said, what do you know about basketball?
A trailblazing career, 53 years of service, makes her the longest tenured Division I female statistician in the country.
It's pretty great. You know, she's seen a lot. You know, she used to work up in the Crow's Nest here in Castle. Now she's down on the table. You know, for football, she was the first female ever in the press box at Lane Stadium.
And over that half century, she's certainly seen a lot, but one moment tops them all.
My boys, after every game, I was either filming or taking pictures. And at the end of every game, they'd find me and point me. And I have a picture of Kevin pointing to me and a picture of Greg pointing to me. So they knew I was there.
Those same boys that tricked their sweet mom onto the field in late November so she could feel as seen as they were by her. In Blacksburg, I'm Brooke Leonard, 10 Sports.